welcome to Midday Update. Coming up are the headlines for the day. The Korean embassy hosted a joint iftar dinner with the OK Nuri members. 3 Indian sailors released in Yemen after Oman's mediation. Seeb market gets over 180 new parking spaces. With free Indo-Pacific on agenda, Biden to travel to South Korea and Japan in May. India at UNSC reiterates call for cessation of violence in Ukraine. Sudan, West Darfur clashes leave 200 dead. IPL 2022. Saha, Tewatia and Rashid shine as Gujarat Titans beat Sunrisers Hyderabad in another thriller of season. Cambodia to send 560-strong delegation to 31st SEA Games in Vietnam. Those were the headlines. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with the COVID-19 updates and the local stories for the day. Stay tuned.
The advancement of the Fourth Industrial Revolution has given rise to a digital economy where humans and machines collaborate to leap ahead on innovation and profitability through the use of artificial intelligence. Nebula AI supports the retail sector through applications that help retailers to understand consumer behavior and optimize merchandising for a better shopping experience by analyzing customer purchasing patterns and shopper occupancy flows. AI is changing all the rules of how companies operate. Let us help you get there.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
We at TTV are coming up with a new show. In which we will be discussing about retail, hospitality, aviation, education, and various other sectors so that you keep abreast of all the latest updates in the country. So let's talk every Monday at 8 p.m.
Welcome back now for the COVID-19 updates for the day. 0 new COVID-19 related deaths have been registered in the Sultanate. The total number of deaths remain at 4,258. Meanwhile, 13 new cases of coronavirus were registered, which brings the total number of positive COVID-19 cases in the Sultanate to 389,126. The ministry added that 28 patients have recovered, bringing the total number of recoveries to 384,243. And now for the local stories. The warm and affectionate sense of sharing and caring filled the hall of the Korean embassy at an iftar dinner that the embassy co-organized with the OK Nuri on April 27th. The OK Nuri stands for Oman Korea Nuri, an Arabic word for light, and is a voluntary group of Omani fans of Korean culture. The OK Nuri has about 300 plus members whose interests cover Korean music, drama and films and beyond. Consulate Mr. Koo Bonal of the Korean Embassy said that the embassy invited OK Nuri members at this special iftar dinner in honor of the spirit of solidarity and benevolence of the holy month of Ramadan. Sharing and caring is the theme of the dinner that captures the sentiment of the Korean and Omani participants at this dinner. OK Nuri club leader Khulud Al-Hajri said, to spice up the evening, a competition was organized for the best homemade cooked dishes, encouraging all participants to showcase their talent and skills and also a chance to win some attractive prizes. The Omani and Korean participants at the iftar dinner agreed that they came to better understand the mutual cultural features of Oman and Korea by sharing food, especially in the context of compassion of Ramadan. They also acknowledged that people-to-people exchanges, including the activities of the OK Nuri, would contribute to the promotion of partnership between Oman and Korea. 3 Indian sailors from the state of Kerala have been released from Yemen following an intervention by the government of Oman after spending 112 days in captivity, according to Indian media reports. The 3 of them touched down in Delhi on a specially arranged Royal Air Force of Oman plane, after which they were sent home. The three were part of a 14-man crew of a ship that was seized outside Yemen's Hodeidah port. Following mediation by the Oman government, all of them were released. Ahead of Eid al-Fitr, Muscat municipality has set up more than 180 new parking lots for customer vehicles in Seeb market. With the approach of Eid al-Fitr and the active commercial movement in the markets, the Muscat municipality has completed the construction of 182 new parking lots for vehicles in the Seeb market along the beach. Market goers can use these spaces, the municipality said in a statement. With that, we'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with the international and sports stories for the day. Stay tuned.
The advancement of the Fourth Industrial Revolution has given rise to a digital economy where humans and machines collaborate to leap ahead on innovation and profitability through the use of artificial intelligence. Nebula AI supports the retail sector through applications that help retailers to understand consumer behavior and optimize merchandising for a better shopping experience by analyzing customer purchasing patterns and shopper occupancy flows. AI is changing all the rules of how companies operate. Let us help you get there.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Looking for that ease of living in this beautiful country? Watch our weekly show Tea Talk every Wednesday at 8 p.m. where we'll be discussing the latest news, updates, and what's buzzing on the social media.
Welcome back to Midday Update. Now for the international stories. In his first trip to the region after taking to the office, US President Joe Biden will visit South Korea and Japan from May 20th to 24th to further deepen ties and to advance the current administration's solid commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific. This trip will advance the Biden-Harris administration's rock-solid commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific and to US treaty alliances with the Republic of Korea and Japan, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said in a statement. The White House said this visit will build on more than a year of intensive diplomacy with the Indo-Pacific, including the US-ASEAN Special Summit on May 12 to 13th in Washington, D.C. In each country, Biden will hold bilateral meetings with his counterparts, newly elected President Yoon Suk-yeol of Republic of Korea and Prime Minister Kishida Fumio of Japan. The leaders will discuss opportunities to deepen their vital security relationships, enhance economic ties, and expand close cooperation to deliver practical results. In Tokyo, President Biden will also meet with the leaders of the Quad grouping of Australia, Japan, India, and the United States. India's Deputy Permanent Representative to the United Nations, R. Ravindra, on Wednesday reiterated its call for an immediate cessation of violence and hostilities in Ukraine. He made these remarks at the UNSC Area Formula meeting on Ukraine. We continue to remain deeply concerned at the worsening situation in Ukraine and reiterate call for an immediate cessation of violence and end to hostilities, Ravindra said. He said that India believes that no solution can be arrived at by shedding blood and at the cost of innocent lives. We have emphasized right from the beginning of the conflict the need to pursue the path of diplomacy and dialogue. We have unequivocally condemned the reported killings in Bucha and retreated our support for the call for an independent investigation, the country's Deputy Permanent Representative said at UNSC. Ravindra further welcomed UN Secretary General's ongoing visit to Moscow and Kyiv. He also highlighted that India is not a party to the Roman Statute. We continue to emphasize to all member states of the UN that the global order is anchored on international law, UN Charter, and respect for territorial integrity and sovereignty of the state, he said. It is in our collective interest to work constructively both inside the United Nations and outside towards seeking solution to the conflict in Ukraine, he added. Clashes in West Darfur left at least 200 people dead and over 100 injured, local authorities said on Wednesday. The clashes unfolded between members of the non-Arab Masalit community and Arab fighters near West Darfur's state capital Al Juneana. It was the latest ethnic violence in the vast, arid and impoverished region. The independent aid group General Coordination for Refugees and Displaced in Darfur said the violence began on Friday when armed men attacked Masalit villagers in retaliation for the killing of 2 tribesmen, according to the General Coordination for Refugees and Displaced in Darfur, an independent aid group. This massive crime left around 201 killed and 103 wounded on Sunday alone, said West Darfur Governor Khamis Akbar in a video published late Tuesday. In total, 213 people have said to have died. The violence comes as Sudan struggles to gain stability 6 months after a coup led by Army Chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan overthrew the short-lived civilian government. And now for the sports stories. Half century by Ridhiman Saha and fiery cameos by Rahul Tewatia and Rashid Khan guided Gujarat Titans to a thrilling 5-wicket victory over Sunrisers Hyderabad at the Wankhede Stadium on Wednesday. The high-scoring match was settled in the last ball of the last over. Rashid and Tewatia smashed 31 runs and 40 runs respectively to completely outshine the 5-wicket haul of Hyderabad's Umran Malik. Chasing 196, Gujarat started at a great pace as the openers Saha and Shubman Gill built a 50-run partnership in just 6 overs. Hyderabad then got a breakthrough after Umran Malik dismissed Gill in the 8th over and Gujarat were 69 for 1. Saha was joined by Hardik Pandya and the duo tried to anchor the innings for some time, but it was Umran Malik again who sent the GT skipper back to the dugout in the 10th over of the innings with only 10 runs in his kitty. David Miller joined Saha at the crease and the duo made up for the lost momentum. Saha thrashed Hyderabad bowlers to every corner of the ground to bring his half-century in 28 balls. But it was Umran Malik who had the last laugh as he bowled Saha out for 68 runs in the 14th over and left Gujarat at 122 for 3. Umran Malik struck again and took back-to-back wickets of David Miller and Abhinav Manohar in the 16th over with Gujarat now struggling at 140 for 5. Rahul Tewatia and Rashid Khan then joined hands at the crease and brought some hope back for their side. With 22 runs left for the last over, Tewatia smashed the first ball of Marco Jansen out of the stands for a 6. It was followed by a single which brought Rashid Khan to the crease. Rashid followed the footsteps of Tewatia and he smashed the third delivery for a 6. With 9 runs required of 2 balls, Rashid hit 2 back-to-back sixes and took Gujarat to victory. Cambodian Prime Minister Samdech Teko Hun Sen said on Thursday that the country will send a 560-strong delegation to attend the 31st Southeast Asian Games in Hanoi, Vietnam from May 12 to 23rd. Speaking during a meeting with them, Hun Sen said the delegation includes 360 athletes who will compete in 33 sports in the forthcoming event. This is the first time we have sent a large-scale sports delegation to the SEA Games and is the last event before we host in 2023, he said. At the last SEA Games in the Philippines in 2019, the country bagged 4 gold, 6 silver and 36 bronze medals. 11 countries will send athletes for the 31st SEA Games. Those were local, international and sports stories for the day. For more updates, stay tuned and keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.